Okay, ugh, that was stupid. Let me say that again because my eyes did something weird. Sorry. Ugh. Motherfucker. Hey guys, in this week's video, I'm going to share some ways that I'm able to be productive as Stay tuned. So it seems like every week I'm getting at least one email from someone who's like, I don't know how you do it, Laura. You're a mom, you own 2 different businesses. Like, I just don't get it. How are you able to get so much stuff done? So today I want to share a few key things that help me get really productive with my time. But first things first, for all of you out there who keep comparing yourselves to other people who are further along than you, I want to burst your bubble a little bit. When you compare yourself to someone else, you often don't see everything that goes on behind the scenes. I know I'm guilty of comparing myself to people who seem to have all their shit together, and then I end up feeling all shamey for feeding my kid chicken nuggets for dinner 3 days in a row. Okay, sometimes 4. The thing is, many people who are successful are that way because they've figured out how to delegate, what things to do themselves, and what things to just let go. So for me, I love creating content. So that's what I spend a lot of my time doing. I suck at all things tech related. So I have someone who not only records all of my YouTube videos, but he also edits them and uploads them to YouTube for me. This isn't even my house. I get so many emails that I actually have an assistant who helps me organize my entire inbox so that I don't have to do it all myself. And as far as letting stuff go, I've had to let go of perfectionism by practicing what I call imperfect action. Imperfect action is taking whatever small step you think is going to move the needle, even if it's not done perfectly and even if you don't have all the answers. So my number one advice to those of you who struggle to get everything done is to quit comparing yourself to people you think are able to do it all. Because the truth is, they're not doing it all. If you're feeling overwhelmed with everything that needs to get done for your business while also managing all the shit that's piling up at home, I want you to take a few minutes right now and I want you to write down all the things that are stressing you out the most. It doesn't have to be an organized list. I see you type A's. Just make a list of everything that's causing you the most stress. From that list, I want you to put a star next to any task that you and only you can accomplish. Let me give you a hint here. If you live in a home with a partner, then laundry and dishes do not need to be starred. Seeing clients, doing your progress notes, and tucking your kids into bed a few nights a week are some items that might need to be starred. Then you're going to take a second look at your list and underline any task that could be outsourced. I know you probably can't afford to hire out for everything, but this will at least give you an idea of some tasks that can be divvied up at home or farmed out. Then you're going to take a third look at your list and you're going to cross out anything that doesn't absolutely have to get done right now. This might be a new podcast you're wanting to create, a new certification you've been eyeing, or an idea for a workshop that's been brewing in your head for a few months. It's not that you're never going to do these things. It's just that you're not going to get to them right now. From the items in the third category, you can write them down in a notebook somewhere to come back to later so that they aren't taking up any more mental space for you. What you might find after you do this activity is that you've been holding yourself to some pretty unrealistic expectations. It's not realistic that as a small business owner, you can manage 100% of your business, 100% of what happens at home, and still have some semblance of a social life outside those 2 things. Another thing that I do that helps me get a shit ton of work done is knowing exactly what time of day I do my best work. How many times have you tried to sit down at the computer after a long day of seeing clients only to stare at your computer screen for an hour and then forget what it even is that you were trying to do? Or what about times where you thought, oh, I'll just wake up an hour early, but then when your alarm goes off, you hit snooze 7 times and wake up feeling guilty? Busted. So to squeeze the most out of every workday, you need to know yourself. If you're a morning person, odds are you're going to do your best work when you first wake up. So at night, just use that time to unwind and relax. If you're a night owl, quit trying to set alarms in the morning and get some fucking sleep. After dinner, do the things that require the most brain power, since that's when you're at your best anyway. So another concept that I actually teach in my signature program is the idea of whole-assing.
Never half-ass 2 things. Whole-ass 1 thing.
Instead of half-assing all the things you think you need to get done, choose the one thing that's going to have the greatest impact on you right now, and then focus 100% of your attention on this one thing. You can whole-ass a huge project or even doing the laundry. The idea here is that you're not task shifting and moving from starting a new blog post to quickly checking your email and then going down the social media rabbit hole. Once you figure out what task you want to focus on, set a timer on your phone for 20, 25, or 30 minutes and do nothing except that one task. It's amazing how often we end up moving on to something else when we're not even paying attention. And sometimes you need to whole ass taking a bath and listening to music while you sip a glass of wine. No shame. So if you're struggling to manage everything that's on your plate, I want you to quit comparing yourself to other people and make a list of what you need to do yourself, what to delegate out, and what to let go of. Then figure out when you do your best work so that you can set yourself up to be really efficient during those times and do the things that only you can do. And finally, choose what you're gonna whole ass during the times you're most alert instead of half-assing everything on your list. Comment below and tell me what gets in the way of you being more productive. Are you guilty of comparing yourself to other people or taking on too much shit that could be delegated or outsourced? Do you have a tendency to try and work during non-peak hours and then you end up half-assing everything? Tell me about it below. See you next week. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit subscribe and go to yourbadasstherapypractice.com. I have a free 4-part video e-course on how to take your Psychology Today profile from bad to badass. Can't wait to see you there.